My top 25 NCAA women's basketball players to watch for this upcoming 2021-22 season, ranked by me. Let's get right into it. Coming in at number 1 is none other than Paige Becker. I don't think there's anyone that doesn't know about her. And even coming into college, everyone knew who she was, and she met and exceeded everyone's expectations. She had a phenomenal freshman year, and with that year of college under her belt, I can't wait to see where her sophomore year takes her. Phenomenal player, does everything. Coming in at a close second is Caitlin Clark. Just like Paige, a phenomenal freshman year. She led the NCAA in scoring as a freshman, something you never see. These two are the best freshmen we've seen in a while, and they're in the same class. She just lit everyone up. No one could guard her. Super fun to watch. The sky's the limit for her. I'm super excited to see where this next year takes her. And scoring is her thing, but her passing is just as good, and she's going to have a good year. At number 3, we have Nalissa Smith out of Baylor. And as you know, Kim Mulkey left, and a lot of players left, but she is sticking it out and staying, and I respect that a lot. And ESPN has her as the number 1 player, and I totally agree too. She is just, her athleticism jumps out of the gym. She can hit shots. Plays great defense. She is a great all-around player, and heading into her senior year, the sky's the limit, really. So I'm also very excited to watch her this year, and I know she'll do good. Coming in at number 4, one of my favorites, Hayley Jones out of Stanford. Heading into her junior year, fresh off a championship, she really is the reason why Stanford won that championship game. She carried them in, the tournament, but especially that game, and she's the definition of versatile. She really just does everything, and is a great all-around player, has height, runs, her three-point shooting is improving, and just like all these players, the sky is the limit, and I'm sure she's going to have a great junior year, and she's going to try and help Stanford repeat. At number 5, Azifa, the number 1 player in the class of 2021. She is coming in as a freshman with Paige Becker at UConn, and I have been waiting for this one for a while. She is just phenomenal. She has got the best jump shot I've ever seen on a girl player, or even guy player. It's pure. She is just built. Obviously, she can do everything. She's the best rated player, and I'm just super excited to see what she can do at UConn this year. And sky is the limit for sure. Aaliyah Boston comes in next. A lot of people have big expectations for her. In her junior year, she's awesome center. Really old school. She can shoot from the outside too, but she's just a beast down low. Gets all the rebounds, all the blocks, and makes her shots. So a lot of eyes on her this year. Ryan Howard coming in at number 7. Another great player in this upcoming junior class. She had a great freshman year and a really good sophomore year last year. So definitely someone to keep your eyes on. She's got everything in her bag. She's a great scorer. It'll be interesting to see how far she can carry Kentucky compared to how, difficult the league's going to be this year. See where they end up, but phenomenal player. My prediction is that she's going to be the SEC Player of the Year. It'll be a really good battle between her and I'm sure one of the South Carolina players, but I'm thinking she's going to take that. At the 8th spot, we have Naz Hillman out of Michigan. Reigning Big Ten Player of the Year. I love her game. Very old school, back to the basket. She just gets it done. Dropped a 50-piece this season. she just outworks and out-hustles you. Doesn't have great height for a post player, but like I just said, just outworks everyone and super efficient, gets it done. With a loaded Big Ten conference, it'll be interesting to see if she can repeat as Big Ten Player of the Year, but I love her game and very fun to watch. So we'll see how good of a senior year she has. I'm sure it'll be really a good one. Alyssa Cunane out of NC State. She is also one of my favorite post players to watch. Has really good height, but has really nice stroke from the outside and just gets it done, and is a good leader for this NC State team. So I can only imagine they'll get farther than last year's upset. But expecting a really big senior year from her, and I'm sure she'll be a high draft pick. Coming in at the number 10 spot is Ashley Wusu out of Maryland. One of my favorite college players to watch. Very shifty and crafty. Can do it all. Shoots well, passes really well, and has a good mid-range jump shot. She just gets it done and is a good leader on this Maryland team who's going to be very good this season. She had a great sophomore year, and I'm sure knowing Maryland, she's going to get it done this year. So excited to see what she can do. The next spot, we have her teammate, Diamond Miller. Diamond is super lengthy and long and uses that to her advantage and can just really get to the rim on any team, on anyone, multiple defenders. Super speedy, has a nice shot from the outside, and she really can just do everything and is a good leader for this Maryland team along with the Wusu. Coming at the next spot is Haley Van Lith out of Louisville. My favorite college hooper in general. Big fan of her. Compared to Caitlin and Paige, she didn't put up numbers like that or anything, and you didn't hear as much about her. But she's a phenomenal player. Just outworks everyone she plays against, and I'm just super excited to see where her sophomore year takes her, and has so many moves in her bag, and even defensively is great. So she will have to lead this young Louisville team next year, and I'm super excited to see what she can do. At number 13, we have Shakir Austin, plays for Ole Miss. I watched a lot of her when she played at Maryland, and I watched her in the second half a lot of the season, this last season, and yeah, she's just great power forward, defensively and offensively, and I expect a really big year from her, and I'm excited to see her game, and I'm sure she's improved just like every player. And, with her size, sky's the limit. Next, we have UConn's Kristen Williams. She's a great all-around player, and I expect big things from her, leading this UConn team to, hopefully for them, on a championship this year. So big things expected for her. Next up, Cameron Brink out of Stanford. With that freshman year under her belt, I'm sure she'll improve on a ton of things. She's got height, 6'4", can shoot very well, put up a ton of block shots last year. I can only imagine that number will be big again. And with the growth, I'm excited to see her game this year. At 16th spot, Zaire Cook, South Carolina. Offensively, she is amazing. I love watching her play. She's got so many moves and is so shifty and has a great outside shot. And defensively is really well too. So South Carolina is expected to do big things this year, and I'm sure she'll be a big part of that. So just like all these players, very excited to see how well of a year she has. And yeah. Coming in next is Celeste Taylor, who transferred to Duke this year. I really didn't know about her or know much about her till the NCAA tournament last year, and I really, really like her game. She's got a great shot and is just a really great player. And transferring to Duke, they got a good amount of transfers. I'm really excited to see what kind of year she can have. And she just has a ton of potential. So very excited to see where her game can take her. Pow Pow out of Oregon. An injury caused her to have to sit out the last part of the season, but had a great freshman year. And she just passes and shoots so well, does everything a point guard, everything you want a point guard to do. And I'm just excited to see her play this next season, and I'm sure she'll do great things under, Coach Graves, and she's kind of like a mini UNESCO. So I'm excited. Next up, we got Ivey out of Nebraska. She's a very underrated player, one of the best players in the Big Ten, and she's just a great player, and people need to have their eyes on her. Expect a big senior year from her, and she just does a lot of things well. It's very composed and just a great athlete and player. So keep your eyes out for her this year. At the number 20 spot, we have Hayley Jones at Iowa State. Expecting a big year from her. She's just so versatile. Just really does everything, just gets it done. She gets every call and just gets to the line so much. And, good players get to the line. So she knows how to do it. And I'm expecting, big numbers from her in her senior year. Next up, we got Fran, one of my favorites. I'm sure we'll see more dunks this year, but she's just a good, strong power forward, and I'm sure her game's only improved. So I'm anxious to see just how well of a season she has, and she'll be one of the key factors in Stanford's success. Elizabeth Kitley, Virginia Tech. I, to be honest, really haven't seen her play a whole lot, but I've heard good things, and she's very long and tall, and is a great player from what I've heard, so keep your eyes out for her. JC Sheldon, coming in at number 23. Very under the radar player, one of my favorite college players. She just has one of the best shooting forms I've ever seen. Just a stroke from outside, and it's just super quick and really efficient and does everything really well. And I love watching her play. She shoots lights out, and it'll be her junior this year, and I just expect big numbers from her. She was third or fourth in the Big Ten in scoring last year, so excited to see what she can do this year. Next, we got Olivia Miles, who will be a freshman at Notre Dame. She did enroll early and played last year, and I didn't really, now that I recall, watch her all that much, but I just know she's a heck of a player, and is just super shifty, and her ability to pass and score, and just an elite point guard. So I'm super excited to see just what she can do, this full season, and player with a lot of potential for sure. And I'm very anxious to see where Notre Dame ends up this year. At the final spot, we have Jordan Lewis, who played for Alabama but will be playing for Baylor this season. She's a player I really didn't know about until the NCAA tournament. And, looking back and watching her, just a great player. And I think she's going to fit in very, very well at Baylor, provide them with a point guard with an elite shooting ability, which is something they really haven't had in a long time. And she's very built, plays great defense, which will fit perfectly with them. And very excited to see what kind of year she has in store. That about wraps it up. Just want to add that, these were just my top 25 players in general, not necessarily ranking them best to worst. And I know there's a lot of players that I missed and that will also have good seasons. So just a little side note, don't want to make anyone mad. Other than that, thanks for watching. Give it a like, and months will go by and the season will be here. So just like every year, I'm very anxious and excited, and I have a really good feeling about this year.